Google's Pixel 8 and Apple's iPhone 15 might be extremely similar to one another on a spec sheet, but one of these is a clear winner over the other, and I'm going to show you which one that is by comparing them side by side. Appearance-wise, they could not look much different. The Pixel 8 is more rounded and curvy, the iPhone is more square and flat. The Pixel 8 has this rather polarizing camera bump, the iPhone has a more traditional square one. The Pixel 8 has slots for the speaker grill, the iPhone has dots. The only thing that these phones share this year is the same USB-C port, although the Pixel 8 transfers data at a much higher speed. I think both of them look quite nice, despite the fact that neither of them have a decent selection of colors in my opinion. Both phones are IP68 rated for water and dust resistance, and they both feel very nice in the hand. The biggest difference between the two when you hold them is actually the weight. The iPhone 15 weighs just 171 grams. It's very light and comfortable, but the Pixel 8 weighs 187 grams, and the difference is immediately noticeable. Because of that extra weight, the Pixel ends up feeling a little more dense and even more expensive feeling if you're into that, but I do prefer the lighter weight of the iPhone overall. The design category is a bit of a tie, I think. Both phones are very mature in their design language, and neither of them loses points in this category. The display of these phones is where things start to get interesting. The iPhone 15 has a flat 6.1-inch OLED screen with a resolution of 1179 by 2556. It's beautifully sharp, and unsurprisingly, the colors and contrast are excellent. It's great when it comes to watching movies or TV shows, but it does fall down hard in one area. It only runs at a refresh rate of 60 Hz. Compared to the Pixel's 6.2-inch OLED display that runs at 120 Hz, the iPhone feels slow in comparison. Now, the Pixel does lose out ever so slightly in its resolution since the panel is 1080 by 2400, but it still looks nearly as sharp as the iPhone side by side. You'd have to get your eyes very close to the two phones to be able to tell any difference at all. Both of these phones can get very bright. They both max out at 2000 nits of brightness with HDR content, but the Pixel 8 can actually get brighter for regular outdoor viewing, 1400 nits compared to the iPhone's 1000. The Pixel 8 also doesn't have a pill-shaped notch when watching videos or playing games. It just has a little hole punch. I think you can see where I'm going with this. The Pixel 8 wins in the display category. Speaking of watching videos or playing games, what about the speakers? Both the Pixel and the iPhone have stereo speakers, one at the top near the earpiece and one down at the bottom. Neither of these phones is going to give you the performance that a dedicated Bluetooth speaker can, but I found that overall the iPhone 15 had the slightly better audio quality with better mid-range clarity and slightly less muddy low end. I'm going to give the win to the iPhone, but hey, if you needed something with a little bit more oomph to it, you might want to pick up a Bluetooth speaker like the one from the sponsor of this video, Soundcore. This is the Soundcore Motion 300, the industry's first and only Bluetooth outdoor speaker that's this small and that comes with full wireless high-res audio certification. It is ergonomically shaped to be comfortable to hold, and it comes with a little strap if you want to hang it off of something. Built into the Motion 300 is a gyroscope that's able to tell what orientation the speaker is in using Soundcore's Smart Tune technology. If you switch the orientation from laying down to standing or from standing to hanging, the software will adapt and retune the sound for the best sound quality. There are dual 30-watt drivers in this little speaker, and they sound excellent. It has 3 times the audio resolution of traditional Bluetooth speakers with that wireless high-res audio certification. There's several different presets to choose from, along with a full 9-band EQ to adjust the sound exactly how you like it in the app. Some Bluetooth speakers are okay with getting a little wet, but this speaker is IPX7 waterproof, so even if you dunk it in water, it'll keep on playing music. It also gets 13 hours of battery life, making it the perfect portable speaker for just about any situation. Pick up yours today by clicking on the link in the video description below. All right, so the next category is performance, and things get a little bit difficult to score objectively here. Both the Pixel and the iPhone are running their own in-house made silicon. The Pixel has the Tensor G3 chip, and the iPhone has the A16 Bionic. On the objective side, I ran a couple of different benchmarks to get just a rough feel of how powerful these chips are, and in both instances, the iPhone one-upped the Pixel. The Wildlife Extreme test also demonstrated that the Pixel 8 has issues with thermal throttling, performing worse and worse over the course of the 20-minute test. The iPhone 15 did throttle as well, albeit not nearly as badly. But listen, those are synthetic benchmarks where phones are pushed essentially to their extremes. In everyday usage, I really could not tell the difference in speed between either of them. In fact, most of the time, the Pixel 8 was actually faster feeling because of the more responsive 120 Hz display, especially when it came to gaming. Now, I'm gonna err on the side of objectivity here and give the win to the iPhone since it's technically the more performant device, but realistically, both of these phones should be able to give you what you need in terms of speed. It's camera time. This is the category I think most people are gonna be interested in. The two phones have nearly identical camera specs on paper. Google has a 50 megapixel wide angle and a 12 megapixel ultra wide on the back of the Pixel, and Apple has a 48 megapixel wide and a 12 megapixel ultra wide on the rear of the iPhone. Meanwhile, on the front, Google has a 10 megapixel selfie camera, while Apple has a 12 megapixel one. Both of these phones take excellent photos. If I had to give an edge to one or the other, I'd probably give it to the Pixel most of the time. The photos are very consistently sharp with great color and that signature Pixel contrast right out of the box. I thought that the iPhone might win the selfie war, but Google's post-processing takes their photos to another level, to the point where I also prefer the front-facing cameras from the Pixel. The Pixel also has some crazy software features like Best Take, where they use AI to stitch together several photos taken in succession to give you the best overall shot. The tables turn when we compare video though. As usual, the iPhone is the clear winner in that category with better colors, more detail, and less artifacting. Even the zoom of the iPhone is much better, even though neither of these phones possess telephoto cameras. The iPhone 15 also has 4K cinematic mode on the front-facing camera, producing excellently realistic bokeh right behind me with the right settings. As a whole though, both of these camera systems are excellent. If you're a photo person, you're probably gonna prefer the Pixel. If you're a video person, you're probably gonna prefer the iPhone. Therefore, this category, complete tie. Next up is battery life, and before I even started testing this category, I had a feeling which phone would be the winner. The iPhone 15 has a 3300 milliamp hour battery inside of it, while the Pixel 8 has a much larger 4500 milliamp hour one. Even with the 120 Hz display mode turned on, the Pixel 8 outperformed the 60 Hz iPhone 15 in my 5-hour screen on time battery test. At the end of the test, the Pixel 8 had 54% of its battery left, while the iPhone 15 had 47% left. If you were to turn off the 120 Hz mode, I'm sure the Pixel would have done even better. Easy win to the Pixel 8 in this category. Then there's the software. Now, obviously this one's gonna be a little more based on your personal preference. Software is often pretty subjective. Some people prefer Apple's meticulously crafted ecosystem, and then others prefer the customization that Android offers. I've been able to get a little bit closer to Android's level of customization on the iPhone using shortcuts and custom widgets. Video for that is up here somewhere if you're interested, but it's still far easier on a phone like the Pixel 8 where custom launchers are readily available. What's not subjective though is software support. Now, historically, Apple has had a great track record. They've supported their phones with major software updates for at least 5 or sometimes even 6 years. Google, on the other hand, does not have the best track record. The Pixel 5, for example, just released its last software update after only 3 years. However, they're gonna try and change that with the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro, and they're claiming to support this phone for 7 years, which is huge, not only for customers who get to keep their phones for longer, but also for the environment since they will take much longer to become e-waste. There's also just a myriad of other software features that Google has packed into the Pixels, like call screening and hold for me, or the face unblur and magic eraser features, for example. And for all of that, I'm gonna give the Pixel the win in the software category. The final category is value, and as I say in all my Tech Rewind reviews, it's also the most important one. The iPhone 15 retails for $800 USD from a carrier or $830 unlocked directly from Apple. For what the iPhone 15 offers, it's not a bad deal. I gave the iPhone 15 a thumbs up in my full review, which you can watch up here if you're interested. The Pixel 8 is more expensive than the Pixel 7 was last year, but if Google keeps their word about the 7 years of software updates, I think that's warranted. And besides that, it's still a full $100 to $130 cheaper than the iPhone 15. It starts at $700 US. Listen, it might not be the best at absolutely everything, but the Pixel 8 is still the one to buy, in my opinion. It's been very enjoyable to use for my testing period, and I'd recommend it to anybody who wants a near flagship experience for a little bit less. If this video was helpful at all, hit that subscribe button, it really helps me out. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.